Hello children, this is me, T.M. Manjunath, Assistant Master, Sri Anandaru Kinchappa High School, Bada. I welcome you all for YouTube class. Dear children, today I am going to continue the 8th standard English as a second language. So, in the previous YouTube class, I have started the lesson called Kayavadai Kailasa. It is the story about Dr. or Sir S.C.V. Raman. We have completed the first paragraph and we have also given a lot of information about the how scientists who are given contribution to the field of science. So, for example, like as I told Homi Jahangir Baba, Sir Isaac Newton, James Watt, Marie Curie, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, J.C. Bose or Jagadish Chandra Bose. How these are the great scientists who have given great contribution to the field of science. The same thing have given the contribution to the field of science by Sir C.V. Raman. So these 5 to 6 scientists have given a different contribution to the field of science. Someone gave radioactivity, steam engine, laws of motion, space science, plant science, nuclear physics, like this. Raman have given a contribution to the field of science about the Raman effect. As I told in the previous class, that is Raman effect. This Raman effect is one of the contribution which deals about, that is light rays. That is the effect of light rays. So this is the contribution of Sir C.V. Raman about Raman effect. As I told in the previous class, C.V. Raman was born on 7th November 1888. His father was a great mathematician or a great professor, Chandrasekhar Iyer. His mother, that is Parvati Amma. Sir C.V. Raman, as a child, was very interested in science. He has invented the dynamo when he was a schoolboy. So he was very much interested in reading a science book. He borrowed a science book from the college student. There he read it out. This shows that how he was interested in reading of science book. So unfortunately, as I told in my previous class, fortunate, misfortune. Fortune, misfortune. Fortunately, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he used to fall sick again and again. So he was not ready to go school regularly one day after day like this. If he go to a day school, so very next day he will be falling to sick. So he is not going regularly class. So because he is going to be sick again and again. So this was he is not able to go to school regularly. So up to we have completed in my previous class. Let's continue the para number 2. In spite of our poor health, he go to school or the class like this. So when he was first class in matriculation examination. So look at the word matriculation. Matriculation is I call today SSLC, secondary school leaving certificate. So this is SSLC. What now? It is equal of matriculation in those days. He got a first class in matriculation examination. There will be no SSLC board like this. The only matriculation is there. When he was only a boy of 12, He passed the intermediate examination. He passed the intermediate examination from Hindu College. So after he completed matriculation, he joined PU class. Like it is PU is called intermediate. So it is equal as PUC. So PUC is equal as intermediate. He has completed matriculation and joined the intermediate at Hindu College and Presidency College, Madras for his BA. BA is content which can have in all subjects. Sir C.V. Raman relatives wanted to give him up that science and take a history and economics as a special subjects for BA. So in a BA, there will be all subjects. So today BA means the Bachelor of Arts. So during those days, BA contains not only arts subject like history, economics, but also science also there in a BA degree. So his relatives told him to stop reading science because he always being irregular in the class, because he fallen sick again and again. No, so that his relatives told him to study or to choose history economics as a special subject. But he took BA, that since Raman had made up his mind to study science. So he had a lot of interest in science in the early school days. When he was a school boy, he borrowed the science book from the college student. So this is the interest he has created in his mind when he was a child. He took physics as his degree subject. He passed his BA also. He is securing the first rank. When in spite of many advice by the relatives, in spite of his ill health, he took physics and he took first rank in the result of BA. And number of prizes also he has won. He passed MA Physics in 1907 of January. In 1900, he has completed MA Physics. Right. In Physics, he has completed a PG course. Post graduation also he has completed in 1907. So this was his steady eagerness we have found when he was a school boy, college boy, and a degree college and PG student. After his MA, he wanted to go to United Kingdom for higher studies. He wanted to go UK. UK means England. He wanted to go for United Kingdom to complete his higher studies in the field of science. But his health broke down. His health not support him to go abroad to study higher regarding the field of science. And he could not go. This was his greatest disappointment in his life. So there is a question arises, why do C.V. Raman not to go for England for higher studies? Because his health, health which was broken again, but he was ready, prepared everything to go for UK for higher studies, but his health made him a great disappointment in his life. And his relatives asked him to give up his studies and to take a competitive examination of Calcutta. Okay, dear children, I am going to tell you one information regarding competitive exam. During those days, which was that India ruled by the British government, that British government allowed to took an Indian student in a competitive examination. Whatever we have now today, that IAS, Indian Administrative Service, was also there in that way, that is in higher education, that in competitive exam. Who have passed competitive exam, they will be appointed as an officer in the British government. Once upon a time there will be no chance to took any competitive examination. It will be not for that Indian student. So many of our great freedom fighter, Subhash Chandra Bose, and many more effort like Ambedkar, like Gandhiji, who were support to the Indian students. Then the British government allowed the Indian student to took an competitive exam. They can, if they can pass that competitive exam, they will be appointed as an officer in the British government. So he has a talented student, he has an intelligent student, he has a merit student, that C.V. Raman. It was simply advised by his relatives and his parents to took the competitive exam in India. They have a lot of hope because he is a fit person in that exam. But he had a lot of interest in science. He wanted to learn more in the field of science, but his relatives and parents take an competitive exam in Kolkata. That Kolkata is a government that there is only a chance for that competitive exam. In the history and economics, Raman did so. He got along well with new subjects. There he can also he get the first place in competitive examination with the support, with the pressure of the parents or relatives. He took that competitive exam. There also he got first place in that competitive exam. As I told, this was an appointment that given, that is Deputy Accountant General. After completion the same year, he took competitive exam. Then he appointed a Deputy Commissioner. Deputy Account General. It is in short form DAG. Deputy Account General post. It was in 1907 in Kolkata. His relatives perhaps felt happy to see Raman has settled down in his life. So every parents and relatives, they have same hope in every their relatives. When he took this competitive exam and he got first class, as according to his score, he took that post, that is Deputy Account General. Listen here, student. Here, Raman is interested in science. He never stopped never stopped studying science in his life. Everyone was happy because this C.V. Raman settled in his life. But Raman was not happy because he could a scientist. How he liked Raman become an accounts officer or the account general. So when he became a Deputy Account General, his life and he became a fish out of water. I think in my previous class only I told, a fish out of water. It means that fish is always want to live in the water. When the fish came out of the water, you just imagine the condition of the fish. Fish simply can live without water. So he can observe the air, he can breathe oxygen through whatever that oxygen there in the water only. And he drink water, he eat water, he absorbs the water, everything is a water for the fish. The same thing, he can breathe the science, he can eat a breathe, he can eat a science, he can do the science. So how fish is in the water, same thing, the C.V. Raman is in the science. So what happened to the fish when the fish came out of the water? Same thing happened to the C.V. Raman when he became a Deputy Account General. His condition is like a fish. How could he do Deputy Account General as a scientist? He felt like a fish, as I told, and out of water as his new post. But he still had a hopes of becoming a scientist and waiting for an opportunity. So, dear children, as a Deputy Accountant General, he was not satisfied in his life. He is waited for a great opportunity to do something great thing in the field of science. So, this is the information we have got in the third para, dear children. Even as a Deputy Accountant General, Raman mixed with the scientists and took an interest in the science. As an Accountant General, he had interest in the account. He has his profession and his work is as an accountant, but he never stopped of his interest in science. He mixed both that accounts work and science work. One day, while he returning from his office, he saw a banner that in outside that building on which it was printed, that is Indian Association of Scientists. There is a banner he had seen. That banner has written that the Indian Association of Scientists. At the sight that banner, Raman got off a moving train and went to meet the scientists who had gathered in that building. So when he saw there is a banner, when he is returning from the office, he saw that banner. That banner contained that is the Association of Indian Scientists, that Indian Scientists Association. So he got off from moving train and he came to that building. There he met the scientists, and after some time later, when that Raman was in Rangoon, he learned that institution had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus. He hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at it. Such was a great interest he had a science, that he had in the science. So it also proved when he was a boy or a school boy, that can proved by reading a college science book. It is one type of interest. After becoming a PG, UG and completing competitive exam to becoming account general and becoming a great huge big officer in the government of British in Calcutta, even though he had not lose his hope of doing something great in the science. So that banner inspired him to learn that institution that had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus. So he already put on a dress and went to have a look at it. That shown that how he was interested in the science he had, dear children. Let's continue the next paragraph, that is fifth one. In 1911, Raman was appointed a special account general, was post and telegraph in Calcutta. So after this, I think he got in promotion. So next, the post is that is special account general. But when he was offered the post of professor in Calcutta, that university, so at the same time, the government of British has given one more appointment, that is promotion, that post and telegraphs. He is a general of account, special account general of post and telegrams. But as first his appointment is the deputy account general. Then he became a special account general of sports and telegram in Calcutta. But when he was offered that post of professor at Calcutta University, he jumped into that professor post, not to accept that telegram general. After looking at Calcutta University for 15 years, he became a director of Indian Institute of Science. And he became a director of Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc. IISc, Indian Institute of Science. So he became a director of Indian Institute of Science, which was established in Bangalore also. Now after that, Raman Research Institute was started in 1948. Then after 15 years of his experience, he started Raman Institute of Science. There he conducted research in physics until his death. So after establishing his Raman Institute of Science in 1948, Raman worked there and he conducted many more new experiments, many more new scientific informations that can be given to the other junior scientist or the science interested person, which was going on up to his death. Raman was a great scientist throughout his life. He was intensively attached to science. For the sake of science, he gave up high-paid post, that is the Special Account General, and he accepted the professorship at Calcutta University. He could forget all about food and rest while he was at work. And his wife had often tell him that his breakfast or the coffee was getting cold. You just look at how he was interested in the subject of science. When his wife has supplied or given a food, tiffin or the coffee, he said, kept in the table, keep it in the table, keep it on the table. But he forget to eat coffee or drink. It means that his forgetfulness is not identified here. How he was interested when he looked into the field of science, he forget to eat and drink. It means to that. And he forget to eat until that those breakfast and coffee became cold. Like all great scientists, Raman had a lot of curiosity. That C.V. Raman had a lot of curiosity, and earlier in his life, while he was voyaging to Europe, when he take a journey on Europe, he saw a wonderful blue and Mediterranean Sea. Dear children, in those days, there will be no heavy planes, there will be no other facilities. When one could go to abroad like America, England, London, or if they want to go somewhere, there he took a journey on the water, that is called voyage. That voyage means journey in the sea. Or journey on the water. So there he saw the blue color of Mediterranean Sea. Then he worked on it and he understood and he discovered it is why the sea looks blue. Dear children, why the sea looks blue? When you take water on sea, on the hand it looks transparent. But when you look at far from that sea, it looks blue. Why these things happen? All these things can happen due to scattering of light. That is his effect. That is called scattering. That is scattering of light. In Kannada, ಬೆಳಕಿನ ವಿಕಿರಣ, ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚದುರತೆ. So he discovered this Raman effect. So he was awarded Nobel for this. As I told, he got a Nobel Award for this work in 1930. So this is about the information that we have finished. When Raman was a kind man, he helped the people when they were in difficulty. When he was working as a deputy account general, a villager went to him with some badly burnt 100 rupees note. So when as a account general, as a scientist, he is a very kind person. So how can you say C.V. Raman was a kind? So one day when he was a account general, that villager who came to him with a badly burnt of 100 rupees notes, and other person perhaps would have turned to villagers away, but some other person sent that villagers away. But Raman called that villagers and he took a pity on that villager and he examined the note himself and allowed that villager to exchange that burnt note for a few new ones. So he exchanged that burnt note into new note. Once that Raman Research Institute, the candidate was not given admission as he did do not well his test. When his travelling allowance was paid, that candidate found that he had received more. He returned that to office to pay back an excess amount. When Raman came to know of this, he liked the candidate's honesty and admitted him to an institute. This candidate was not able to make, but why he was admitted? When he had done well in his case, it seems Raman did not. Raman told that candidate, "I have admitted you to the institute of because of your character. So you are not very old, good at physics, but I can teach you." So there are two incidents. One incident, that is how he replaced or exchanged the badly burnt note for that villagers. Once when he was in that institute, one of the candidates who came to his office or his institute for getting job. So after his interview, after the interview, whether their appointment were confirmed or not, that will be person will be paid that TA, traveling allowances. So that institute had paid traveling allowance to the candidate. When the candidate found that he had received that excess amount, so that candidate has given whatever he received excess amount to that institute. So when this information have come to the mind of C.V. Raman, C.V. Raman called him again and gave him appointment in his institute. So he was not at all good at science. So, but his honesty and his but kindness can prove, his honesty can identified by the C.V. Raman, that C.V. Raman told that candidate to, "No, I know you are not good at science, but I will give you an appointment to work in my institute, and then because of your honesty, then I will teach you as a scientist, I will teach you science." So this shows that how C.V. Raman was a kind person. During his lifetime, Raman received a number of honors, a number of medals. In 1929, he was knighted by the King George V. So during 1929, that England was ruled by the King George V, fifth King George. So he was honored by him, and he was, as I told, he became a Sir C.V. Raman. Sir C.V. Raman, that Sir award as given by the British government. So in that England was reigned by the King George V. So he had received that award by him, that King fifth. A number of university honored that with a great that doctorates. He was member of many international scientific organizations. In 1954, the government of India awarded Bharata Ratna. So this Bharata Ratna is the highest award in India. So this Bharata Ratna award also given to him because his achievement in the year of 1957. That Soviet Union honored him by awarding the International Lenin Prize also. International Lenin Prize that Soviet Union, Russia has given that award. Russia has awarded, Russia has honored, and that England has honored. India has given this Bharata Ratna and he awarded Nobel Award in 1930. This is the highest award in the world. So he was died in the same of November 1970. So when he was 82, he was died in 1970 of November 21 at the age of 82. His death, India lost a great son and the world as a scientist. Dear children, Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist. He was died in the year 1970 at the age of 82. So he died, but his achievement, his contribution, his gift is still working. That is the Raman effect. Dear children, so far you have learned that lesson Sir C.V. Raman. Dear children, I will going to stop here for today and I meet you in my next YouTube class. Thank you, Nathan.